Going everyone, it's your boy Mikey Stark, aka Michael. And sorry I haven't uploaded anything much to Geeky TV. But there's just been too much stuff happening personally, and I'm still feeling not too well again. Once again, I'm back on antibiotics, which is a bastard, but what are you gonna do, right? Anyway, today's week subject is it is a touchy one again, and it's something that I'm a bit nervous in doing, but the only reason I'm doing it is because my mom's actually out of the house now for a while, and it won't be a while before she gets back. So this month apparently is LGBT week, and basically I'm just gonna give you my opinion on the whole LGBT thing group, and just to give you my story and stuff. So my sexual orientation is bisexual, and so basically, for those of you who don't know what bisexuality is, which I'm honestly surprised if you don't, is that you are attracted to both genders, both males and females. So that doesn't necessarily mean you like both of them equally. That's the one misconception about people have about bisexuals, is that they like both genders, they are equally, attracted to them, which fair enough to some, some bisexuals are, but others like myself, and I have a friend who is bisexual as well, and she's bisexual as well. you know Everyone has their own preferences. Like, I'm attracted to both guys and girls, but I'm more so attracted to girls, and in my case anyway, that's regardless whether you're trans or not. So basically, I'm attracted to trans men and women, and trans women and men, etc. Whatever. I wasn't always bisexual. I was straight for a number of years, and I believe the reason for that is because, not that there's anything wrong with being straight and stuff, there isn't, but I am brought up in a Christian home. Like, I still live with my mom and stuff, and I'll be honest, I used to be against the whole LGBT group. I used to be against the gays. I'm not anymore, and it's thanks to a friend of mine. Well, we're not friends anymore, unfortunately, but it's difficult because, like, I never understood it. I think I was against it because, it's just what I've been taught to be against about, and it's just basically, how do I put this? It's kind of like brainwashing, and I know that sounds really bad of me to say, because not all religions are like that. If we're talking about in terms of religion, I have my own opinion about it. I'm a bit iffy with it at the moment, but basically, it's just something that I've been taught off. Like, my mom told me, like, it's a sin to be gay, or, whatever, and it's just something that I lived by. And I regret it, because honestly, the girl that I was friends with, I actually did have feelings for her, and she was bisexual, and I didn't mind that at all, honestly. Eventually, like I said, I used to be against it, but I'm not anymore, and it's difficult. It really is difficult, because I can't tell. My mom doesn't know that I'm bisexual. She doesn't know that that I approve of, gay people, etc. Because if I did, she would disown me, and she would kick me out of the house, and just a lot of bad shit would happen. And not to mention that we're from Poland. A lot of Eastern European countries are not accepting of people who are gay, or basically non-straight, because if you're a lesbian, they're still going to be against you or whatever. Not all of them, but a huge majority of them are, and especially if religion is thrown in there. And I want to point out just a few things in terms of religion. Not all people who are Christians or Muslim or whatever religion you are, not all of them are against it. Some of them are religious, but they do think that being gay is okay and it's right. You can do whatever you want. I mean, I have friends from church who are twin boys. They're the same age. They're 18 now, 19, 18, and they're the sons of the pastor, and they are they're not against the gays or anything like that. Like, they're for them, and their parents know, and they're very accepting, and that's quite rare to see, you know, parents that are accepting, because my mom would not be like this. And I'll be honest, I really do wish I do wish my mom was a lot more accepting, a lot more open-minded, but there's not much that I can do about this. And just going back, I know I'm going off topic, and I'm a bit all over the place, but and I do apologize for this, but it's difficult because whenever my mom sees whenever we watch TV or something, and there happens to be a gay man or a lesbian woman or a transgender, you know, she says, "Oh, look at him, he's gay," and you know, that sort of stuff, you know, and I try my best to ignore it. It does irritate me because I really don't give a shit if you're gay or not. As long as you're good to me, I'll be good to you, and that's all that matters. And I think what really properly got me to support the gays, not just the fact that I found that I was bisexual, which I'll get onto that how, which I will tell you guys in a minute how I came about. It's the fact that the girl that I liked, she wasn't Christian, and my mom is one of those Christian parents, those religious freaks that, you know, they don't allow their child to be with someone if they're not in the same religion as you are. And no matter how much you love them and how much they love you, they'll force you to break up with them and stuff, and that's just wrong. That really does piss me off, because of her and because of myself and personal reasons, I'm still not able to find anyone, and it really is difficult. But as to how I became bisexual, like how I found out, well, most people would say, oh, I had a crush on a guy and I kissed him, and I had a crush on a girl, so I was with her, and you know, etc. But in my case, and this is something that it's going to actually be, I guess, ready for adults, I'd say, this video, but like on whereabouts how I found out I was bisexual, I really love, you know, adult videos that are bisexual, and that's how I really was interested, because I see the girls there, and you know, they're obviously very nice looking and stuff, and I see the guys there, and I'm attracted to that as well. Now granted, I'm not attracted to every single guy that I see or every single girl that I see. That's another misconception that people have about bisexuals, like they're attracted to every single person they see. That's not necessarily true, and we all have our own preferences about in terms of looks and physicality, and you know, what the person looks like physically and just in general. So that's all there is to it, really. Like, that's how I found out I was bisexual. And I guess I did kind of have some feelings once to a guy in college that I was in Dunboyne College. He was really cute, but first of all, he was in a relationship. Second of all, I knew that we wouldn't have anything in common because we both have different interests. But regardless, he was nice to me, and I was nice to him, and that was the end of it. Nothing happened between us, but he was very lovely, and he was actually very good looking. And same thing with girls. I obviously like, you know, girls as well. Granted, yes, like I mentioned before, I'm more attracted to girls and stuff, so one of the questions I get asked by my friends is, would I marry a woman someday, or a man? Honestly, and I think part of it's because when, you know, before I found out I was bisexual, I fancied girls a lot. I always imagined myself being with a woman and marrying a woman, and that's just my opinion of it, honestly. Like, that's how I want my life to be, basically. I would like to someday finally, maybe, God knows, but you know, find that woman that actually understands me, that accepts me, and that loves me, and that, you know, I can marry eventually someday and have my own children with. That's all there is to it, really. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I'm sorry, and I always apologize a lot whenever I make these videos. I realized, because I don't know whether I'm making a mess or not. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, there are like if you're still like my mom, like I said, my mom doesn't know, but my friends do. Some of my friends do. I have to be careful as to who I tell and what I say, because I don't want any of it leading towards my mother. So there's not much. There's only a certain amount of people that I can tell and that I wholeheartedly trust with. Like I told my best friend, I told my other friends from church, who I trust with my whole heart, that they won't pass that information on to anyone, and they obviously haven't to this day. But apart from that, like that's it really. And one of the questions I asked as well is, will I ever come out to my mom? You know, tell her that I am bisexual. I don't think I will, and I can kind of live with that, honestly. Like you don't have to come out if you don't want to. It's all up to you, really. So. And one of the other questions I always get asked is, have I ever been to gay pride? No, I haven't, but I would like to. But I don't want to go alone, I want to go with friends. And it is difficult again, because like it's not like I can say to my mom, because my mom is really, really strict again. Like I'm 21 and she's really, really fucking strict on me. That's a whole that's a different thing altogether. Well, not really different, but still, she's just really strict on me, and it's not like the case where I can just say, oh, okay, I'm going out, see ya. No, she's one of those parents that wants to know where you're going, who you're going with, you know, etc. I'm sure a lot of Eastern European people will know whereabouts where I'm coming from. For a lot of Irish people, and that kind of really does piss me off. It's like, that is so weird. Why don't you just go out? You know, like. You know, especially for young Irish adults like, you know, myself and stuff, like to them it's just so weird that their parents are still taking control over their lives and everything. It's just the way my life is, unfortunately. But there is always, but that's not necessarily true for everyone. Like there are people out there who are more accepting and who are not like my mother, so do try and do take it your advantage, you know. If you want to come out to your parents or your whatever, then go on ahead, do it. And if you don't, then that's fine. But just remember, just you be you. Don't be ashamed of who you are, and just be careful. That's all I can say. But with that being said, the one thing that I want to state that I don't agree with the LGBT thing is I don't believe in the 100 plus genders thing. To me, my opinion, it's honestly ridiculous, because realistically speaking, there's only two genders, male and female, and that includes for genders as well. If a man used to be a woman and they identify themselves as a woman, therefore they're female. I don't believe in the whole, you know, not having a gender, or one second they're this, the next second they're that. To me, it's just stupid. It's really confusing. And look, I know I might offend a few people for saying this, but that's just me. And look, I'm sorry if I do offend anyone. I'll be honest with you, not really, but like, because it is a bit ridiculous and it's really confusing. There's only two females, no, two females, fuck's sake, two genders, male, female, and that's all I believe in. And honestly, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will as well, unless you're like one of those really high LGBT extremists and shit. Then you're gonna get triggered as fuck, or you're one of those feminists or some shit like that. But apart from that, this has been Mikey Stark, Michael, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, you know, video. And yeah, just stay strong and be the best you can, and just be true to yourself. I'll see you guys next time.